Dear students, in today's class we are going to study 4 important compounds: trihaloalkane, tetrahaloalkane, chlorofluorocarbons, simply freons. The last one is DDT. So first we discuss about trihaloalkanes. So examples for trihaloalkanes: CHCl3 and CHI3. So this is called a chloroform, this is iodoform. What about UPOC name? Trichloromethane. We take the methane CH4, 3 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 chlorine atoms. So its UPOC name is trichloromethane. This is triiodomethane. So we can study preparation, properties and uses of chloroform. The compound is named as a chloroform by the scientist Dumas because when we do hydrolysis process, this will give you formic acid. Since the compound chloroform gives formic acid in hydrolysis process, we call this as chloroform. Dumas gave the name chloroform. So the major application of chloroform is it is used as an anesthetic. Preparation method. Chloroform is prepared from alcohol. Ethanol can be treated with bleaching powder and calcium hydroxide. We will get chloroform. So there are 3 steps. First, oxidation process. The reactant is ethanol. Ethanol is oxidized. So bleaching powder is used for this. Bleaching powder is used as a source for chlorine. So first step is the oxidation process. So we know the definition. Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is an oxidation process. So here hydrogen will be removed. So removal of hydrogen is an oxidation process. Remaining we will get acetaldehyde with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. Second step, chlorination process. The produced acetaldehyde is chlorinated. The hydrogen is replaced by a chlorine, so we will get trichloroacetaldehyde. 3 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 chlorine atoms. We get trichloroacetaldehyde. Third step is the hydrolysis process. So produced trichloroacetaldehyde reacts with calcium hydroxide. We get chloroform with the liberation of salt. Calcium formate salt is formed. So this is the preparation method of chloroform. For that we need bleaching powder. First, removal of hydrogen is an oxidation process to get acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is chlorinated to get trichloroacetaldehyde. Trichloroacetaldehyde is hydrolyzed using calcium hydroxide. We get chloroform with the liberation of calcium formate salt. What about physical properties? Chloroform is a colorless liquid with a peculiar sickly smell. So if you consider any person with a sick, we can observe a smell. So the same type of sickly smell is observed in chloroform also, and it has a burning taste. And when we inhale chloroform, it leads to unconsciousness, so that a chloroform is used as an anesthetic. Okay. So directly chloroform affects central nervous system, it leads to unconsciousness, so it is an important anesthetic, but nowadays we are not using it and it is harmful, so that instead of a chloroform we use mixture of ethers like a diethyl ether. Chemical properties. First chemical property of chloroform is oxidation process. So chloroform is oxidized in the presence of air and light. It forms a poisonous substance. called phosgene. So this is carbonyl chloride. Its another name is phosgene. So that we are not using chloroform as an anesthetic now, right? So some years back we were using it. So due to this harmful effect, now we are not using chloroform as an anesthetic. So it is oxidized to form a poisonous carbonyl chloride, and it is harmful to the human health. So we are not using chloroform as an anesthetic now. Second chemical property is the reduction one. So chloroform can be reduced using zinc hydrochloric acid. Addition of hydrogen is a reduction process. So hydrogen is added, we get methylene chloride with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. Third chemical property is the nitration process. So with the chloroform, we are going to add concentrated nitric acid. The process is called a nitration process. So we heat nitric acid with chloroform, we will get chloropicrin. Name of the substance is chloropicrin. So this is trichloronitromethane. UPOC name is trichloronitromethane. So this is obtained from CH4 methane. So third reaction is nitration reaction. Fourth reaction is an important one. This is called carbylamine reaction. Chloroform reacts with the primary amine. It may be an aliphatic as well as aromatic. Chloroform reacts with primary amine in the presence of alcoholic potash. That means alcoholic potassium hydroxide. We will get isocyanide. Methyl isocyanide. CN means cyanide. NC means isocyanide. Nitrogen is making a bond with carbon. So methyl isocyanide is formed with the liberation of potassium chloride and water. So this is the test for identifying primary amine. With the primary amine, when you add a chloroform in the presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide, you will get isocyanide. Formation of isocyanide indicates the amine is a primary one. It may be an aliphatic as well as aromatic. So the carbylamine reaction is the test for primary amine. With this, trihaloalkanes over. Preparation properties and uses of chloroform over. Next, we move into tetrahaloalkanes. So example is carbon tetrachloride, okay, or tetrachloromethane, UPOC name. So this is tetrahaloalkane. 4 hydrogen atoms of methane are replaced by 4 chlorine atoms. So this is carbon tetrachloride. It can be prepared by substitution reaction. So we already studied methane is chlorinated in the presence of sunlight. Due to free radical substitution mechanism, we will get methyl chloride, methylene chloride, chloroform. The final product will be carbon tetrachloride. So we informed already. From methane, we get methyl chloride. Methyl chloride becomes methylene chloride. Methylene chloride becomes chloroform. Chloroform becomes carbon tetrachloride. So each hydrogen atom will be replaced by chlorine. So we will get carbon tetrachloride as a product. This is first preparation method. Second preparation method is using carbon disulfide. We can take carbon disulfide, which is treated with chlorine in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. As catalyst, we get carbon tetrachloride with the liberation of S2Cl2. This is called a disulfur dichloride. So this is second preparation method. Physical properties: carbon tetrachloride is a colorless liquid with a specific smell and it is insoluble in water. Since it is non-polar in nature, it is soluble in organic solvents. And there are 2 chemical properties for carbon tetrachloride. Number 1, oxidation process. For that, we can pass the vapors of hot water or directly carbon tetrachloride reacts with hot water, it forms the harmful poisonous phosgene. So carbonyl chloride is nothing but phosgene, is formed due to oxidation of carbon tetrachloride. So oxygen is added with that. This is an oxidation process. Next one, reduction of carbon tetrachloride. It can be reduced using iron hydrochloric acid. We will get chloroform. So the reduction of carbon tetrachloride gives chloroform. So with this tetrahaloalkane over, we have completed two compounds. Preparation properties of chloroform and carbon tetrachloride over. Next one, the third compound is freons. Okay. They are nothing but chlorofluorocarbons. CFC represents chlorofluorocarbons. Freon, UPAC name. They are the chlorofluoro derivatives of methane and ethane. So in methane and ethane, hydrogen atoms are replaced by fluorine and chlorine. So they are chlorofluoro derivatives of methane and ethane. Simply we call it as freons. Then nomenclature of freons. The general formula or name freon CBA. So using this format we have to write the name for the chlorofluorocarbons. Okay. For all the compounds write the word freon. CBA represents number of carbon atoms in the compound. Number of carbon atoms in the compound -1. B represents number of hydrogen atoms in the compound +1. A represents number of fluorine atoms. So when we take chlorofluorocarbons, freons, the naming method is freon CBA. Using this format, write the name. For all the compounds, write the word freon. CBA represents how much carbon, hydrogen and fluorine atoms present. With the number of carbon atoms, you subtract the value 1. Calculate the number of hydrogen atoms. With that, add value 1. Then A represents number of fluorine atoms. We can take some examples. Formula of the compound. CFCl3. So this is a chlorofluorocarbon. This is obtained from methane. 4 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 4 halogen atoms. 1 hydrogen is replaced by fluorine. Remaining 3 hydrogen atoms are replaced by chlorine. So this is chlorofluoro derivative of methane. Simply we call it as freon. How can we write the name? Using general format freon CBA. First we can calculate C value. It's nothing but number of carbon atoms -1. So here number of carbon atom 1 -1 value 0. Next, B represents number of hydrogen atoms +1. Here we don't have any hydrogen. All the hydrogen atoms of methane are replaced by halogens. Number of hydrogen atoms 0 +1 is equal to 1. A represents number of fluorine atoms. It has only one fluorine. So UPAC name can be written as freon 1,1. Okay. Freon 1,1 represents freon 1,1 represents the compound CFCl3. Okay. Next one, CF2Cl2. This is also obtained from methane. 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by fluorine and the remaining 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by chlorine. So we have only 1 carbon, -1, 0. We have no hydrogen atoms, 0 + 1, 1. There are 2 fluorine atoms, so its name is freon 1,2. Third example, C2F2Cl4. C2F2Cl4. So this is the derivative of ethane. 6 hydrogen atoms are replaced by halogens. Out of 6 hydrogen atoms, 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by fluorine atoms. Remaining 4 hydrogen atoms of ethane are replaced by chlorine atoms. So this is chloro-fluoro derivative of ethane. Number of carbon atoms, 2 minus 1. So we write it as 1. B value, number of hydrogen atoms is 0. So 1. Number of fluorine atoms, 2. So this is Freon 1, 1, 2. C, B, A value 1, 1, 2. We can take fourth example, C2F3Cl3. This is also chloro-fluoro derivative of ethane. Number of carbon atoms 2 minus 1. C value 1. Number of hydrogen atoms 0 plus 1. B value 1. Number of fluorine atoms 3. So its name is Freon 113. So with this nomenclature over, next we can study the preparation of Freon 12. So it can be prepared by treating carbon tetrachloride with hydrogen fluoride in the presence of catalyst antimony pentafluoride. So this is antimony pentafluoride catalyst. The reaction is called the Schwarz reaction. We will get Freon 12 with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. Okay, so this is the preparation method. Then physical properties, this is highly stable in nature, so that it will not involve in the reactions. It is a non-toxic, non-corrosive and easily liquefiable gases. So mostly we use this chlorofluorocarbon in air conditioners and refrigerators, right? And this is harmful for the environment. So it leads to pollution in the environment. So nowadays we are avoiding this in air conditioners as well as refrigerators. So freons are used in refrigerants as well as air conditioners. Next, it is a propellant, especially for foam. Okay, so the foam is used in deodorants, shaving creams, insecticides, and so on. The last compound in the lesson is DDT. Okay, it is an important insecticide and a pesticide. So it was prepared in the year 1873. So the organic pesticide DDT was prepared in the year 1873, and its effectiveness were studied and informed by the scientist Paul Muller in the year 1939. Okay, so for his research he was awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1948. So he was awarded the Nobel Prize in the field of medicine as well as physiology. Now, how can we prepare this DDT? We need trichloroacetaldehyde. Trichloroacetaldehyde is also called as chloral. It's called chloral. The trichloroacetaldehyde is treated with 2 molecules of chlorobenzene. So we know that at para position, hydrogen atoms present. Oxygen of aldehyde combines with the 2 hydrogen atoms, which is leaving us water. So remaining, we will get DDT. So this is called a DDT, and its UPOG name is, chlorine is in the para position, so to differentiate, this is para-das. Okay, the UPOG name of DDT is para-das or PP-das dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. So this is called a DDT. It is an important one marker. At para position we have chlorine atoms, PP-das dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. This is the derivative of ethane, 2 carbon atoms present. So trichloroethane, this is called a DDT, and it is extensively used as an insecticide and pesticide. So due to this ability, it just kills insects so that we can avoid the diseases like malaria as well as yellow fever. And in the agricultural field, it is used as a pesticide. In building constructions, it is used as pest control, and it kills insects like housefly, mosquitoes in day-to-day life also. So with this, we complete lesson number 14, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Remaining one more lesson in 11th portion, that is environmental chemistry, last lesson. Tomorrow onwards we will discuss that. Thank you.